What the fuck is up, everyone? Prison Miller here, back with another brand new album review. Today we will be reviewing Lorna Shore's new album, I Feel the Everblack Festering Within Me. As you may know, the new album was released yesterday. And as you know, Lorna Shore, they're one of the biggest deathcore bands in this decade as of right now, along with Slaughter to Prevail and Shadows of Intent. But it doesn't go up to this classic like deathcore bands like Suicide Silence or Whitechapel. But Lorna Shore, they're one of the newer deathcore bands I do like, even though most of the newer deathcore bands kind of sounds like, bleh, especially the Slaughter Prevail's shitty new album. And no, in case you're wondering, is this going to be the same review as Slaughter Prevail's new album, Grizzly? No, it's not going to be like that. In fact, I think their new album is pretty good. Their new album is their 5th studio album, their 2nd album with Will Ramos on vocals, or however you want to say his last name. I have to say, their new album is a pretty solid listen. It's been Lorna Shore. Well, they're kind of like underground throughout the 2010s. I've never even heard of them until their EP came out in 2021, which I thought their EP was fantastic, which I'm not too familiar. I think their original singer left the band to join Chelsea Grin or something like that. So now they got Will Ramos, and he is fucking killing it. The album starts off with the first track, Prison of Flesh, which according to Will Ramos, as I'm reading this off of Genius, and I quote, "This song is exactly what I imagine a lot of people expected of us to put out. We took all the heaviest stuff we had to create this incredibly dark, high-stress, tension song. I personally think the breakdown at the end of this is one of my favorites that we've ever written, and I'm excited to see how people engage with this one. The lyrics for this song are about my family and our history of dementia, the idea that the world is falling apart, and about the fear of losing touch and with reality. They're coming to get me as my way of personifying demons or something that makes you feel like you're losing pieces of yourself. The closer they get, the further detached you become until you're nothing but a husk of fear and delusion." I mean, throughout the track, it's just full of, it has more like a melodic approach with their EP, and it's just very fantastic with the great symphonic sounds. The breakdown on the outro of it hits really fucking hard. Like, you can actually feel what Will is going through. And then the next track we got is Oblivion, which got some of this apocalyptic riffs throughout with the really suspenseful organization throughout with the I'm sorry, my fucking mouth is fucking up. Anyway, with the symphonies and stuff like that, with a cinematic approach to it. And according to Will, he said, "Writing the song felt like one accumulation of all the things that we've done in the past, but brought the next level, a more evolved version of what Lorna Shore truly is. I imagine a post-apocalyptic world, which the sound really fits with it, in the hopefully distant future, a world where we have sown the seeds of our own destruction. The idea that we wish for better hope we were doing something that would help save us in this dying world, only to end up accelerating its inevitable destruction, which begins to question what is right. Do we even know what we're doing? What have we done to try and actually change anything? Are we watering the earth or just feeding a constantly growing fire?" Which is basically a song mainly about this whole wildfire thing. And then we got In Darkness, which is a lot more melodic than the usual tracks. It has more like this Amorphous sound to it. Amorphous, which is a melodeath band from Finland. It kind of sounds a lot similar to that. And according to Will Ramos, the song is about a message to the outcast. I mean, it's got some really solid synthesizers or this opera background sound to it, which kind of fits the tone to it. I mean, it's just a really great track, very melodic track. And it pretty much goes on about it for the rest of the songs of the album. Like, you can really feel Will's energy throughout with certain tracks, like Unbreakable, which kind of has this mopey sound to it, and you kind of feel it too. It's like, according to him, it says this is one of his first songs he got to work on, and it ended up being the last one he finished. "We are so used to putting a lot of notes together to make our song sound right. The issue was that song was one where everyone had to pull back a bit and look at everything in the greater scheme. We didn't want to throw a million notes on the board. We wanted only the ones that felt right. This song quickly became anthematic for us and one of our favorites by the time the process was over." And Unbreakable is very triumphant, all inconclusive song written to bring people together for a beautiful moment where they can realize that no matter what this world throws at us, it will never break us down. We and our bonds are unbreakable. And you kind of have a feel tone from Will. And the song Glenwood was basically about Will's estranged father. Him and his dad are estranged like most of Will's life. And then he says whenever he sees his father, is like he pretty much shattered. Mainly on the track Glenwood with the lyrics Can We Go Back, which is basically reference how he was estranged, and he may show how he wishes things could go well whenever they see together. I mean, it's kind of more like a touchy-feely type song to it. And the song Lionheart, which is a lot similar to the track Unbreakable, which is how the lyrics goes. Main difference is the instrumentation is a little quite different. It's a lot more melodic. The chorus on there is a little bit catchy. And the breakdown just pretty much hits pretty hard, too. Then Death Can Take Me is, according to him, it's a song about being in a position of power. As time goes on, you feel like you have to hide now how you are, and it's completely numbing. I'm not going to read the full thing. It's basically about a person jumping off a tower and basically just being like, I'm going to splat on the ground. It's basically about a person falling off the building. Like, it's just people knocking on your door, just wanting to pull the plug from under you and take whatever you had. And he says, you know what? Fuck this. I don't want this anymore. And it just ends it right there. Like, it's just it's like one of their darkest songs they ever made. And then we got the song War Machine, which pretty much has like this thrashy riff they got going on throughout, which I kind of did not expect to hear from Lorna Shore, or basically deathcore in general, which kind of has a solid tone to it. I'll say it's a little bit of filler, but it's not extreme filler, you know what I mean? And I say it has an influence from Lamb of God, which I guess could see the riff, but I don't feel any grooves on there except maybe the breakdown. But it has a really solid thrash tone to it. I mean, I'll have to say War Machine's probably my least favorite song on the album. Maybe it's because it's a bit of filler, and I mean, it's not a big filler track. It's just, I mean, I like the heavy elements and the angry approach, but I just feel like it doesn't fit the tone on the album. And the song A Nameless Hymn, which is, according to Will, is basically their anti-religious song. As you may know, I think almost all of the people in Lorna Shore were raised as Christians. And as they got older, they kind of got straight from their beliefs. It's starting there's too much hypocrisy and cruelty involved. I mean, which, as for me, I grew up in a Christian household, and I never thought of it that way. But, I mean, we're not going to go to religious topics or anything like that. But I will say the breakdowns on the song hits hard. And as for the closing track, Forevermore, is basically about Will's brother that passed away from a blood clot that went into his lungs and caused him to stop breathing and died right on the spot. And he's telling me that Will has to wear leg sleeves every time he gets on a plane. It's like, if you don't wear it, you'll die. Like, which is kind of scary, and how he feels about it. It's like, you know, it's just kind of scary. But it has a really beautiful sounding cinematic tone to it, which definitely fits well to it. I love the orchestrations, and the breakdown hits hard. I would say it's probably one of the most melodic tracks on the album, along with the usual tracks from the Will era of Lorna Shore. And I thought this was a really great way to close the album. Now, as for my final thoughts on this album, I think this is a really solid listen. It's a lot darker than their previous album, Pain Remains, and even their EP album, As I Return to Nothingness. Will brought out a really solid performance throughout the album, I mean. He's kind of like, there's some moments where you feel like he's about to break down on certain part with the lyrics on the song at times. And as for the instrumentation, it's got a lot of technical sound, a lot of melodic sound to it, whether from deathcore or blackened deathcore, with some elements of symphonic metal, and even some symphonics of melodeath as well. Like, it's got a lot of influences from it, and it just really fits the tone. The breakdowns hit hard. They don't abuse breakdowns, just like Slaughter Prevail did on their album, but anyways, we're not talking about that. I mean, they will use breakdowns whenever it's necessary, and they know how to do it. They did it right. Whether it's on every song or it's not on every song, they did it right, because it really hits hard. And yes, I will say breakdowns can get old at times, but it's nice to hear it every now and once again. And Lorna Shore pretty much did it right. It may not be one of the best breakdowns I've heard, but it's a really solid listen and it fits the tone. So, anyways, guys, my little bit of criticism is it's mainly the song War Machine and the track after that, which the lyrics doesn't really fit the tone of it. And also the song Oblivion, I feel like this song could be a bit shorter. Like, I feel like the song is way too long at 8 minutes. I feel like this song should have been like 5 to 6 minutes. Mainly because it has a breakdown in the middle section on the second verse, which I didn't think was necessary. And I feel like the song should have ended with a breakdown. But anyways, guys, I feel like this is a really good album, so I'm going to go for a 3.5 to 5. I mean, I'm sure deathcore fans and Lorna Shore fans will love it. I mean, the production was phenomenal. The mixing was really well executed. Will's vocals was great as always, and I think I like this album a little bit more than their last album, Pain Remains, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as their EP, As I Return to Nothingness. As I Return to Nothingness is absolutely fantastic. All 3 songs are phenomenal. Like, probably one of my favorite EPs in the 2020s. Like, if I were to give that EP a score to 5, it would probably be like a 4.5 to 5. As for Pain Remains, I would say it would probably be either a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5. But as for their new album, it would be a 3.5 to 5. Like a very enthusiastic one. But anyways, guys, yep, I definitely dug it, and I'm sure Lorna Shore fans will love it. And is it overhyped? Maybe a little, but it's a solid listen, and that's pretty much I expected from them. So, yeah, it's a good album. Check it out. Alright, guys, that is my review for Lorna Shore's new album, I Feel the Everblack Festering Within Me. What are your thoughts on this album? Do you like this album? Do you not like this album? And what else do you want to hear from me? So, yeah, guys, yes, I will. I am almost done with my ranking every Testament album. As for there's going to be a new Testament album coming soon. So it will probably be out by later this week or so. So it will be out pretty soon. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content and all this bullshit. Check out whatever those videos that's popping up on the screen. And yeah, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later.